Hi, I'm singer-songwriter Oscar Butler, and you are here on Oscar Butler Music on YouTube, and it's another episode of Songwriting Rules. Hi, I wanted to call this episode Funkin' Groovin', and I simply wanted to do that because I wanted to share again, I've mentioned it a few times, but how when I sit down to write a song, I pretty much always start with a groove, with a certain groove, you know, and I I think about some of the musicians that I listen to, like, Ed Sheeran, Martin Sexton, and I'm not saying that they started with a groove, but this is the kind of thing, and it could be the reason why I like to do some of these covers is because I love music that rests, that rides on a groove, like that one. So when I sit down to write, that's kind of how I start. Is I start with a groove. For instance, this one. That's one of my songs. So pretty much most of the songs that I've written, especially over the past maybe 3, 4, 5 years, is that when I sit down to write, I love to have a groove, because once I get that groove going, then the inspiration, the words, the ideas kind of flow and start floating on top of the music that I'm playing. This was the groove that I started on this one. They say the blues can set you free, but I don't know it does. See, that groove kind of continues throughout, all of my songs. You got me wrapped around your finger, baby, you got me forgetting things I should remember. Well, you make everything taste better, you make water feel wetter. That's what you do for me. So with me, and I'm not saying this is once again, in songwriting, nothing is set in stone. Nothing is set in stone, but what you want to do is work and figure out what it is, the niche that you have to bring about the inspiration to write songs. For me, usually it starts with a groove, but then, I've gotten to where I can sit down and write lyrics, or sometimes I'll come up with a line or two, but then I go to the guitar and to find, a groove to go with that. I think this one I came up with the line or two, the first line or two, but then I sat down and I started doing this. You got me sweating like a pig at a barbecue, and you got me shaking like a sinner in the front pew. So that was another one where pretty much there's always, with a lot of my music, there's mostly grooves that happen on it. This one, I'm gonna drive out to Nashville, where I can say my music all day long. I'm gonna drive out to Nashville so I can play my music all day long. So that one's a little more straightforward, but that one I was thinking more towards wanting to have, you know, just a basic down-to-earth blues progression. But still, for me, that's the groove I live on in this song. So anyway, I mean, that's kind of that, you know, I just wanted to share a little bit of that. If you've never done that before, try it. See what you can do. But the thing that I love to do is get the groove to, in a sense, to where when I start playing it, I mean, and I don't have long introductions in the beginning of my songs, but a lot of times if I start something like that, if I start a groove, this one has a fairly, longer than normal for me in terms of the introduction. But with this, I can look out in the audience and see people start to bob their head or tap their foot. And that's what I kind of want when I start writing a song, is when, you know, if it's a fairly kind of groovy type song, I want to be able to get them to move, to start listening just to that groove first, and then I'll kind of hone into the lyrics as they come along. But that's it, and thanks for coming around for another episode of Songwriting Rules. Please, if you're liking what you're hearing, hit that subscribe button down below and that bell so you're notified every time I post. Anyway, have a great day.